Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we have got a new Dragon Ball story here. We are moving on to the Android Saga. I believe it has been quite a while since we've had a Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball story. Let me double check when the end of the Frieza Saga one came out, but I believe it was quite a while ago. Okay, so we have this. This, of course, is going to be the Android Saga. I think that there's almost nothing new or exceptional about this. They just added a new support memory is basically what they did, right? So we can get the new support memory. Super Saiyans is the drop rate bonus. There's a couple of free-to-play characters in here. The, Super Saiyan Yardrat Goku. He was maybe one of the best free-to-play characters ever when he EZA'd. But, I mean, that was obviously... That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago now. What? Okay. And then there's the Android 18, who once upon a time was pretty solid as well. Here's basically the one new thing we have, is the Android 16 support memory. Oh, I have to build the team, because I believe we get his through missions, and then again, remember, it's the Super Saiyan drop rate bonus. So, let me just double check. It's via missions? Yeah, okay. Okay. I did not build a team yet for this. Let me just go ahead and build a team for us to grind the event, and then I'll come right back, right? So we'll go ahead and knock this out. We'll get the support memory and stuff like that. So yeah, here, give me 2 seconds, and I'll come back with a team ready for this. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in just like this. I'm just gonna do Android/Cell Saga team here. My main concern is definitely not really, by the way, here's the story. My main concern is not to get the extra drop rate bonuses, but just to get the missions done to get the support memory. So yeah, so this is the Android/Cell Saga, right, where, Goku finishes off the fight with Frieza, and it kind of sort of ends on a cliffhanger that makes it seem like Goku died. Well, I guess it doesn't really end on it, because it makes it seem like Goku dies, and then, oh no, he's actually alive, and then, kind of like the next... Well, okay, what actually happens is the Garlic Jr. saga happens, which, funny enough, Dokkan actually does have represented, right? We don't have a Garlic Jr. from his movie, but we do. The Garlic Jr. we have is from the filler arc in between the Namek and Android sagas, right? And we do have the Dokkan Fest Kid Gohan. He also is from that filler arc. And then we also have the Krillin and Piccolo. So we actually have a bunch of characters from that arc, which is awesome. I do like it. I wish that they would lean... Oh, Trunks. I wish they would lean a little bit more heavily into the Otherworld tournament after the Cell Saga with Piccolo and Goku and all those fighters, Olibu and stuff like that. Like, I think it would be sick. Yeah, so this Trunks, by the way... for a while, back in the day, for a while, I would always say, oh, this guy needs a Dokkan Fest. Like, this is one of the big, like, whenever I'd do all right, the upcoming Dokkan Fest is coming, who is my pick, right? And, like, that Trunks, for a while, I had him up there. I was like, they gotta do this moment, because when he goes Super Saiyan, it is a legendary, like, moment, like, I mean, anime history, not just, like, Dragon Ball, right? When Trunks goes into Super Saiyan, right here. And then, I mean, it's just such a disappointment because they didn't use the anime transformation. So it's like, they could do, I think, a Dokkan Fest LR, right? Like, highest classic character of that Trunks and give him the anime transformation. Because what we have right now is we have, people told, it's fighters. The transformation he has is from Dragon Ball FighterZ, which, it's a little, there's some good stuff in FighterZ, but, it's just not as good as what happens in the anime, where the anime is also, it's like a really well, like, drawn or animated episode, however we want to say it, right? That episode looks really good when Trunks first goes Super Saiyan. All right, here's this Trunks. I remember when that guy came out, back in the days of the hybrid Saiyan team, dude. I think, like, only Rhyme for a while, like, in the YouTube community had that hybrid Saiyan team at the time. Because it was, like, the STR Ultimate Gohan, LR Trunks, and LR Int Gohan. It was crazy. I mean, it's... well, I guess to be fair, right now, like, the 4 best characters are on the same team. So it'd kind of be like that. It'd kind of be like that, I guess, right? Yeah, sure, man. But it was pretty disgusting. By the way, oh, the mission for Stage 1 was a time traveler character on the team, right? The Stage 2 mission here is we need a Super Saiyan category character on the team. I just made sure to build the team, like, with the characters we have. I'm covering every mission that's going to show up. Okay, so then Stage 2 is Goku versus Trunks right here. I think that Yardrat Goku could be a fun little Dokkan Fest if they wanted to, right? Just kind of like another, you know, like basic like Super Saiyan Goku Dokkan Fest. But I feel like, again, Yardrat Goku, like basically the free-to-play character where, you know, he's using his finger. Like doing that as a Dokkan Fest, I feel like people would actually be pretty receptive to that. I think so. Yardrat Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan Goku. So there's still a lot of key moments that Dokkan, you know, could still like represent, right? Like you think like, oh, they're 10 years in, they've used everything, but there's actually a lot for them that they still have to use. If not for the fact that like Dragon Ball Super like took off like at the same time Dokkan came out pretty much, and you know now you know we've had the movies and now we have Daima. Right? Like, you know, getting that fresh stuff in really helps so much. Even right now, right? Like, you know, I talked about how I do those videos. By the way, here's where Trunks goes over, like, you know, the androids and the whole menace, stuff like that. But, like, we're going to lead into Golden Week, and it's like, you know, there's some options. You know, maybe Namek, Goku, and Frieza, right? Could work. But, like, it's probably going to be Daima. Fresh, brand new characters, right? Is always very exciting. This is a pretty fun moment in the series, Goku and Trunks right here. Definitely pretty fun. Again, I think that this this moment would make for a great Dokkan Fest for Goku. They could definitely do that. Alright, so we'll sit Trunks down, and we'll move on to the next stage. Keep our eye out for any movies. I remember in the data download thread, I think Vegeta going Super Saiyan is a movie in here. And I think the new support memory, the Android 16 support memory, I think is also, yeah, I believe so. I believe is also a movie that plays in here. One thing I really wish with these Dragon Ball stories that they would do is add, so like new, oh, okay, yeah, there we go. But like, so what's a good example? It would be like the Saiyan Saga Dragon Ball story, right? So the Saiyan Saga Dragon Ball story came out before LR Kaioken Goku and LR Graded Vegeta, right? So like, I don't know, they could have, like, once Graded Vegeta came out, they could have added his like Grade Ape transformation to the Dragon Ball story or something like that, right? Or like there is the Dragon Ball story for the Broly movies, right? Like, you know, like Broly transforming, right? Could have been like, you guys are getting what I'm getting at, right? Like they could have added some of those, and I feel like they don't, because it's like I kind of like this whole like system they got here, and they've got like the little like movies of the animations that play. By the way, stage 3 right here, we need a rapid growth rapid growth. Is this gonna be the training? It is. Yeah, it is. I was like, rapid growth? That doesn't make sense, because the next thing that would come up would be, you know, Goku versus 19. So we are gonna, there's a stage here just for specifically the training. Okay. Yeah, I remember, damn. Okay, so we're talking way back. I want to say it was like a deep, remember, like Funimation was handling Dragon Ball Z really weird at the time, and this was when like anime was kicking up, and I was also very young. I mean, I must have been 8 or something like that. But I do have a memory in my brain of it was like 2 episodes. It's the Goku and Piccolo car episode. It might be a 3-episode run. Maybe I'll just double check. But like in between, like when Trunks leaves, stuff like that, this little like mini training, it's like a 3-episode span or something like that. That includes the Goku and Piccolo driving. And there's like there's 1 episode of training which is basically, a lot of it is about Yamcha. Wow, they're using, this is something I wish Dokkan would stop doing. The Goku, I mean, I guess looks fine. That Piccolo art is shit. And it's from, you know, when the game first started. We don't need to use that trash Piccolo art right here. Like, come on, let's tighten it up, Dokkan. Let's maybe not use the shitty SRs as bosses. How about that? Who use fucking 2016 Kamehamehas. Maybe, you know, maybe we could do that. All right, yeah, let me take a look at this. I want to take a look at the Android Saga. Let me take a look. Okay, so... Oh, nah, it counts... Okay, I'm just looking... I guess it's sort of like a 2-episode thing. Episode 124, Z Warriors Prepare, and episode 125, Goku's Ordeal. Because 123, I see that Goku's special technique. That's where he's talking about... That's like right as Trunks leaves, and he goes over the instant transmission, right? And then... I'm looking at the, like, you know, the crappy Funimation titles. I mean, no offense, but yeah, I mean... Well, I mean, look, okay, so... Okay, Z Warriors Prepare, right? That's like the Funimation name. The Japanese name of the episode is I Will Overcome Goku, the King of the Saiyan Warrior Race. I'm sorry, that's a little bit of a better title. Okay, the Goku special technique in Japanese, Goku's new finishing technique, watch this, my instantaneous movement. You know, I like the big mouthful title, I do. All right, stage 4. We have to clear this with an accelerated battle category character right here for stage 4, which is pretty easy because the cells are all on accelerated battle. All right, so this should be 19 and 20 versus Goku. Or I guess 20 doesn't... Yeah, 19 versus Super Saiyan Goku. By the way, this Heart Virus Goku, which I'm sure they're going to use the art here. Maybe after we do the fight. But the Heart Virus Goku, he was pretty good when he first came out with that Trunks, that Dokkan Fest Trunks. By the way, 19 and 20, I do think should probably get like some new units. Their banner unit was also quite good. That was the banner unit that came with 17 and 18. They were pretty damn good. I feel like giving them like an individual, maybe just like banner unit characters or something like that wouldn't be the worst idea. I just kind of like more representation and stuff like that. Like Dr. Gero and Android 19 don't have like standalone TURs. Like they don't even have like an SSR 19 and 20 standalone, right? They have the one combo unit. So I think that would be cool if they did that, right? Like if they actually kind of like gave them their own characters. I mean, I don't think like Android 19 needs a Dokkan. I mean, he could get one, I guess. Android 19 probably would be the least hyped Dokkan Fest. He's below anyone. Who's like, I think like Kale is like the worst selling Dokkan Fest. Like 19 would surely be below Kale, right? Like for sure. Kale is still a Super Saiyan at the end of the day. All right, so yeah, we went over that Z Warriors Prepare episode. Yeah, what is the last one called? So it's called Goku's Ordeal. Japanese title, License Mastery, Goku's Newest Trial. All right, but anyway, the whole story I was getting to was, I swear, it might have been like something through Burger King, but it was like, did the DVD of those episodes, like the Z Warriors Prepare and that Goku's Ordeal, it was like a voucher from Burger King or something like that you sent in, and then you got the DVD, I think. It was some shit. Dude, I'm not making it up. Like, I don't know if I could look it up. Someone out there knows what I'm talking about, man. But, like, it was something like that. Because I remember those episodes for a while. I mean, at least, like, well, I mean, when you're fucking 9 years old. Like, you know, they were hard to see, like, to actually watch, like, unless you would have caught it on Toon Rami at the time or something like that, right? Yeah, back in the day, watching Dragon Ball. Never would I have guessed that it would turn into, I guess, like, well, it sounds ridiculous saying, but like my job. My job. All right, stage 5 right here. We have to clear this with a pure Saiyan category character, which we have a couple on the team, so that'll be easy, okay? So yeah, this is where we're going to get the movie right here. Oh, these are voiced, but they don't play the OST.
計算だけでわかるもんじゃない。俺たちサイヤ人はな。
Yeah, they gotta... Now the OST is playing? Bro, they gotta... That's the only thing about these is, like, play the OST is, like, it bangs, man. Like, the OST really gives it some extra juice. Like, they gotta put that OST in there, dude. Can we please, like, get the OST going, man? Doesn't make any sense to me why it doesn't play, but yeah, whatever. Alright, so here's this. So Vegeta, another character I was, for years, saying, oh, they gotta do a Dokkan Fest to this guy. We got him. That Vegeta wasn't disappointing to me, though. I know a lot of people didn't like his base form 12-key animation, which didn't really look too good, which, I mean, sure, because in that moment, Vegeta doesn't even fight in base form, that's why. But I thought that his Super Saiyan animation looked good, I thought his transformation animation was good, and I thought the Big Bang animation was good. So I do think that they covered that moment, like, properly or respectfully or something like that, right? That Dokkan Fest Vegeta right there. Whereas, like, the Trunks doesn't really feel like it was kind of done properly to me. Definitely not. They kind of have to redo that. So then we get to this part. This part is a little bit kind of uncovered in Dokkan right now. Like, it's not heavily done. So, like, 17 and 18 first, you know, like, being awoken and stuff like that. Android 18 definitely could get a Dokkan Fest from, like, this next moment coming. What is the next... I guess the next stage is probably going to be Piccolo versus Dr. Gero. Will probably be what this is. Stage 6? Let's see here. Well, yeah, yes, for sure. Because stage 6, the mission is clear it with a character that has the Prodigy's link. Which, you know, that's referring to Piccolo. The Vegeta on the team has got Prodigies for us. But that's definitely referring to Piccolo. Yeah, yep, that's what we got right here. Okay. So this Piccolo is kind of represented, right? Piccolo, they're using Saiyan Saga Piccolo's art right there for some reason. Okay, but Piccolo is in the Dokkan Fest Piccolo, right? The one which is kind of like, you know, fuses with Kami. His super attack from before he fuses with Kami is from his fight with Dr. Gero. So, like, that part, again, they have kind of, like, already, I guess, sort of, like, represented, or however it is that we want to say, right? But, I mean, I mean, Dr. Gero, again, could get his own, I think, like, banner unit. So, like, I think Android 18 getting a Dokkan Fest from her fight against Super Saiyan Vegeta, to me, is a good idea. I think that would be a great Dokkan Fest, like, the May 31st Dokkan Fest, or... May has 31 days, right? Let me not make a mistake here. May does have 31 days, yeah. Oh, actually, this year... So, May 30th is a Friday, May 31st is a Saturday, June 1st is a Sunday. My guess is the Dokkan Fest will be on the 30th. May 30th will probably be that Dokkan Fest. So, we're gonna get... So, right, from this exact moment, we'll have 2 Dokkan Fests on about April 25th. And then we'll have the next Dokkan Fest after that will be probably May 30th. Is what's going to happen. So, like, Android 18 being, like, the May 30th Dokkan Fest from her fight with Super Saiyan Vegeta, I feel like could work well, right? Like, boom. That could be a W. And then a lot of people... That art right there, are you kidding me? So that's the Vegeta... Wait. What is that art from Vegeta, actually? Is that... my brain went to a Baba shop. That's not a Baba shop Vegeta. I gotta double check that. That Vegeta? What is that from? What am I missing? Is that the Battle of Gods Vegeta? Is that what that is? Like, Battle of Gods Vegeta SSR? No. Oh, dude. My brain went to Baba shop, but it's not. Because the Baba shop Vegeta, of course, doesn't have a Dokkan Awakening. the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, which I guess is supposed to be him Battle of Gods. Yeah, that Vegeta art is eluding me. Is that just art that's just been sitting there? Feel like it looked familiar, but okay. Yeah, I guess it's just eluded me. Wow. Look at this. Covered so many data downloads and stuff like that even some of these things just get lost even in my brain. Remember, there is still, like, there is, like, different, like, arts for some characters that they've kind of, like, had around but have never used. Right? Like, you know, for an example, LR SDR Full Power Frieza's SSR. Like, that art was in-game for, like, 2 years before they used them, right? The LR Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku, his SSR art was a boss in, like, the Vegeta fight, like, months and months and months prior, right? So, like, we have seen that a number of times. Uh-oh. They could have maybe used a better art of this. Like, dude, those are, like, original SSRs in the game. Like, you could tell, right? Like, the art is, like, a little rough right there. Like, maybe we could, you know, do some better art. I'm just saying. Maybe a little bit stronger art would be a good idea. Yeah. Oh! The support memory. So this is kind of like the main, I guess the main prize or reward is grabbing this. Android 16 Awakens. Android 16 as a Dokkan Fest, I think would also be one of those that's like a little, like, pretty low down there. But Android 16 from his fight against First Form Cell, I mean, yeah, I think they could. They could drop one of those. I mean, because it's, you know, dude, the game is like, I mean, we're just going to keep going. It seems to me, I mean, I don't know, but, I mean, it seems to me as though Dokkan potentially got, like, a budget increase. Now, things have been a little bit quiet with Dokkan for, like, the last week, though. Right? April Fool's Day was awesome and shit like that, but, I mean, that was, you know, that was, like, a week and a half ago now, right? And we haven't had a data download or anything in quite some time. So, like, it's, you know, occasionally, like, when we get, like, these huge stretches, yeah, that art, I can't place that art. But there's, like, why are they using... Dude, they're actually pissing me off using the Android 18, 16, and 17 art they are. Like, bro, maybe that is, like, a good, like, argument to what I'm talking about, where, like, maybe these characters could just get Dokkan Fest or new characters here, and we'd be good. When was the last Android 18 we got, just, like, with that outfit? Like, her, like, jean jacket, like, outfit. Like, when was the last one of those we got? Double check that. All right, so Android 18. So here's this fight. So yeah, exactly. This Android 18 as a Dokkan Fest, I think it would go over very well, for sure. I think that would be a fine Dokkan Fest. Okay, so the last, we got the one from Fighters. That doesn't really count. That's not right. Like that's the one from Dragon Ball Fighter, the free-to-play character. Yeah, we haven't. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna flip over for this. Yeah, we haven't actually gotten, like, a new, like, jean jacket Android 18 in forever. Look at this. I mean, when did this character originally come out? 2020? So this would have been probably with Future Gohan. This was part of the Future Gohan celebration. This future Android 18. So on JP, that future Android 18, this would have been October of 2019. Again, this is from Fighters. It's not really, right? Like, all these different Android 18s. This is, again, future Android 18. This character was in the game. I mean, her SSR, like, she's like a 2015 character, isn't she? Yeah, literally 2015. Exactly, very early on character. And she got her awakening with Future Gohan, which is May of 2018. This is one of the Peppy Gal units from, like, 2017, right? So, like, see, like, we haven't really gotten, like, a new Jean Jacket 18. This should be a Dokkan Fest. They should make this Android 18 a Dokkan Fest character. So she got her awakening. This was with STR Perfect Cell. When STR Perfect Cell came out, she got her awakening. Okay. Yeah, boom. Perfect. So I'm looking at it, and it's like, I'm talking about, like, oh, I think that'd be a good moment for a Dokkan Fest. And at the same time, why are we using this shitty-ass art? This art that sucks cock. Why are we using this? And that's why. It's because they haven't done, like, this version of Android 18 actually that kind of went over my head. Because, like, they do so many Android 18 cards, right? Like, we looked at it. There's a lot of Android 18s. But it's like, I mean, I guess they have jumped all over, right? Like, we got the GT one, the Turn Up Power one, the start of Boo Saga, like, Beach Outfit one. We just got Android 18 from her winning the tournament, right? Like, there's just so many different versions of Android 18. But we still need more, man. So, yeah, so that could be a Dokkan Fest, right? 17 could get one from his fight versus Piccolo. A lot of people have mentioned throughout the years that they'd love to see Piccolo versus 17. Like that fight that they do right before Cell arrives as a dual Dokkan Fest. A couple of years ago, I wasn't really as high on it, but nowadays, like, fuck it. Like, let's just do it, man. Whatever. Like, let's just do it. 17 versus Piccolo dual Dokkan Fest. I'm on board. Let's pack it up. Flip it and ship it. Let's go. Oh, by the way, so stage 7... the last stage we did, we needed a Vegeta family character. This is stage 8. We need an Earthbred fighter character for this one. Okay, so this is them against 17. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what this is. And this is how the Android saga kind of is going to end. Okay. And then, I mean, we'll see when they're going to go into the next Dragon Ball story. Oh, yeah, 'cause that's the other thing I was going to do. I was just going to quickly look. When was the last... that Frieza, I want to see when I uploaded that. Because remember, there's a specific, well, one specific reason I make sure to cover everything. Oh, look at 17 right there. That's good art. Okay. There you go. That's from a super attack. I could see him putting his arm up in super, right? Is that from the 16, 17? Damn, maybe my memory's been fuzzy lately. I got too much Dragon Quest in my brain. All I care about these days is Dragon Quest right now. Until I beat this game and get I learn the full story, like, you know, I'm lost. All right, let me look at this Dragon Ball story when the last one was. Okay, so the last actual Dragon Ball story event we got was the Baby Saga finale. That was during the 10th anniversary. The Full Power Frieza one. Oh, my memory was telling me it was 2 years ago. It was a year ago. Let's see. So this was April 11th, 2024. That was right before I think I started playing Rebirth. Let me double check. I'm gonna line that up with what type of trophies I was getting that day. Don't mind me, Chad. I'm indulging myself in my trophy addiction. Oh, Iron Cane hates it, man. He's so far behind your boy. He's fallen so far back. Krillin, by the way, I mean, if they wanted to do a Krillin Dokkan Fest, like maybe like sometime in this range, I think, is where you could maybe get like a decent Krillin, right? Like, again, I'm thinking like, you know, because like a Krillin, I mean, he doesn't really do anything here, obviously, but like he does battle First Form Cell, right? Like that, which comes up a little bit after this. Like that could be a spot. All right, let me see. That was April 11th. Oh, yeah, so I was already playing Rebirth. Yeah. So April 11th, I was playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The hardest platinum I've ever gotten, for sure. Oh, I got a trophy that day. Let's see. Oh, this was completing like Mount Coral. This is like the Coral chapter. That's the Casa del Sol chapter. And then that's obviously the Golden Saucer. April 11th. Okay, yeah, and then here's the Dragon Ball story right here. April 11th. So we're doing right now, this is the 22nd Dragon Ball story they've dropped. This Android Sasa. Oh, yeah, and then there's Krillin getting some sugar right there. Krillin, my goat. Well done. Well done. We could thank Krillin for, you know, well, I mean, I guess the androids, the thing is, they all, like, it is stated that they're already, like, different from how they are in the future, right? Not really murderous, rampaging, killing machines, right? But Krillin obviously does help, so... alrighty, chat. There we go. We are done. Right, that was the final stage? That was the final stage, yeah. So there is the Dragon Ball story. Did we get all of the missions done? No, wait, what are these last two? Oh, okay, so let's clear this. One mission is complete the support memory, which we now would have done. So I think if I now click it, the support memory is there. And then the last one is use the support memory. Just use that Android 16 support memory. So I'll just get that mission as part of the video when we actually use that Android 16 support memory. So there we go. There is yet another Dragon Ball story, and we now have a shiny new support memory. Oh, that one was made before the Goku and Oob one, huh? Interesting. Okay. So they've been sitting on this for a little bit then. All right, well, there we go. Dragon Ball story all done. Love you guys. Mwah! Android 18, Dokkan Fest. Android 17, Dokkan Fest. Let's go, Dokkan. Amatsu, come on. Chop, chop.